Why now? You asked this, Max, before, and I think it's just like a perfect timing from a 4-year cycle perspective. We had a good run up from September on. We made a golden cross on HEX, right? On the MACD, monthly MACD, like trading indicators are really good for HEX on Ethereum. BankX is almost out, doesn't have much. I mean, even if he sells, I mean, we saw him selling and just immediately was eight up by the market. So it's just all of these kind of positive things. In the US, like for you guys, I mean, that's it turns to be crypto positive, yeah, which then hopefully comes to Europe as well. And that will just prepares everything into this state of, hey, we can now push really hard. And maybe we need a push because now we could like drop back, you know, make a death cross on the HEX chart. And then all that yield coming out could just, you know, hammer it more down. So we need an extra push currently. And who knows how the yield will look like in the future, because as Crispy said, the payouts can be built up slowly again with those 7-day rolling stakes. It might not happen. It might happen. We will see. And another thing is, once you have the green candles, people will stake more. And then let's say at the end of the bull market, because I have seen this narrative so often now on the internet, on all sorts of streams, that, ooh, I am staking only for half a year or a year because I want to catch the end of the bull market and sell. But what if yield is increasing at the end of the bull market and you are between that decision and you have the green candles and you're in euphoria? You're like, do you get now really good yield and stake it long? Or do you, you know, get out of the system and sell? But maybe you sell too early, you know? So maybe if you're a holder and you get a higher yield, all of a sudden the decision for you to sell will be harder. And maybe it's locking up even more HEX at the top, which then hopefully protects the price in the next bear market. And then in the next bear market at the bottom would be great if you reduce yield again.
And if you're making the case for the monetary changes to happen based on the cycle, like you think it'll change like at the top of the next one, you think you'll go back up?
We saw now for the second time a major change. We thought, hey, the first time it was just setting up the system, the yield at 40%, and that's it. And that's how it's going to be. Now we saw, no, it can change. So all of a sudden we have to expect change. Meaning that currently we have this yield, but it doesn't mean that it stays this low. It can mean it go high up again. Because it's just changed. So we can expect a change in the future. So if you expect a change in the future, which might be higher or lower yield, hey, the important thing is the decentralized yield that you get. And obviously the how much share you own within the system. And HEX makes you able to really precisely tell where you are in the system. And you can increase your share in the system by being longer than anybody else. And you can do that by just having a higher stake than the average. You want to maintain the ownership within the system, you just stake the average of what the average is. Kind of, these are very simple rules to follow.